I can't breathe were the last words of a man before he died on the roadside. Some things are more important than movies and directors and this podcast. I hope we all understand that and we all can respect that. Now, this podcast was recorded about a month ago, and the world was a very different place back then. I do believe that humanity and empathy and kindness are the most important things in this world, are the things that make us fundamentally human. With that out of the way, this episode is going to be slightly different from what you're used to. I am joined with a friend, Achal Jhunjhunwala, and we are going to talk about minimalism. We were supposed to base the whole conversation off a documentary called The Minimalists. But this documentary doesn't have a lot to be said about in terms of filmmaking. And since minimalism is such a brilliant concept, we got a little carried away and we started talking more about the concept of minimalism rather than the documentary on minimalism. And this is going to be a two-part episode. What you're listening to is part one. We're going to talk a lot more about, where somebody can get started, where can you, a layman, get started, and in part two, we are actually going to talk about somebody who is already living a life to some degree or other of minimalism. And when you look at other people who don't get it, who don't live a life of minimalism, and who just do not for the uninitiated, let's say like that, for the uninitiated, when you meet people who are uninitiated, and especially when these people are your friends, your family members, and it can get very annoying at times. It has happened to me, it has happened to Achal, and I'm sure it has happened to every minimalist out there, that your family member, your best friend, your wife or husband just doesn't get it. They still want to go shopping once every month, twice every month, and buy like 10 clothes and 5 gadgets that they don't even need. And it can get on your nerves. And the second part is going to be all about how to deal with that. It's not that they are cruel, they are evil, they're just uninitiated. With that all out of the way, guys, now let's get to the podcast. Hello, everyone. Today with me is Achal Jhunjhunwala.
Hello, everyone.
Guys, she is a chartered accountant by her qualification, but by passion, she is a trainer, a keynote speaker on the topics of minimalism and decluttering in your life. So today she's with us, and Achal, why don't you go ahead and tell us more about yourself?
Thank you, Yash, for having me here. I am super duper excited. So, I call myself a mindset trainer and a keynote speaker because I essentially talk on the topic of minimalism and decluttering for the last couple of years. And I help people to remove the excess stuff out of their way so that they can achieve their bigger purposes in life. So, yes, I speak on that topic. I have hand holding programs, Facebook groups, on all on the same topic.
Great. There will be some links in the description where you can catch up with her and learn a few things. And moving on to today's movie. Today's movie is a documentary called The Minimalists. It's about... I saw the documentary, and there's no exact protagonist whom we follow through the story. There is a guy that we sort of follow, but it's more of the aspects and takes of a lot of different people about minimalism and how the throwaway culture is harming both our mental stability and the environment. So Achal, how long have you been doing this whole minimalism thing?
Yes. So it's been 4 years that I have been a minimalist myself. And my journey started actually with the minimalists, the people who have created this documentary, Joshua and Ryan. And I happened to come across that TEDx talk, okay, which
Okay.
is where I was introduced to this concept of minimalism. And then I was unstoppable on this journey. I went on following every piece of content that these two gentlemen were putting out. And
Okay.
hence, I also came across this documentary, The Minimalists, which talks about various aspects, as you rightly mentioned, and also interviews a lot of people who have inspired my mentors, Joshua and Ryan.
Okay.
So, yes, one TEDx video had the capacity to change my life 4 years ago, and I haven't stopped since then.
So actually, tell me one thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I saw the movie. I saw the documentary. I'm so sorry, and the documentary is fairly simple, and there's nothing, not a lot to talk about actually. Uh, in terms of filmmaking, in terms of, it's a very simple, plain documentary actually. For context, I don't know. Have you seen Black and White and Sex?
No, I'm sorry. I haven't
It's a
seen that.
great documentary. It's a great documentary on the lives of sex workers,
Uh-huh.
and that one has a great aspect. It's the whole thing is black and white, and that one, though it's just a documentary, it's very well directed. There's a storyline, and you see the flow and everything happening. There's not much in here. It's not bad by any ways, but there's nothing to talk about. So basically, it's gonna come back to, it's everything that we're gonna talk about is going to come to you and your minimalism, and different aspects of minimalism.
Yeah, maybe they have taken the word of minimalism too seriously, even in their documentary, that simple is the way forward. And the things which can be explained simply need not be complicated, is what I genuinely feel. And they are of the same opinion, the makers of this documentary, Joshua and Ryan, because I extensively follow them. So, and here's the thing, okay? Everybody is saying the same thing in the documentary, but they're saying in a different way, because each person's life is different. The people who are
I
there
agree.
in this documentary, the ones who
I
have
agree.
created this documentary, the people who are watching this documentary. For you, the way of life as a minimalist would be very different from what I lead as a minimalist.
I
Similarly,
agree.
all those people who are interviewed or who are in that documentary have very very different lives. For example, Colin Wright, okay, the one who is the inspiration for the makers of this documentary. He is somebody who keeps traveling. He's a travel freak, okay? Every year he goes to a different country, he stays there. He owns just 50 items. He's done a lot of videos on that.
He's the guy who owns everything in two bags, right?
Yup. He is the one, 50 items. That's it. Okay. But that suits his lifestyle. But the makers of this movie, Joshua and Ryan, they have a settled life. Okay. One of them has a daughter. Like Joshua, he also has a 3-year-old daughter. He has a partner. The other person, Ryan, even he has a partner. So they cannot have a lifestyle with just 50 items. Okay. Similarly,
Makes
the
sense.
listeners of this podcast may not have a lifestyle similar to theirs. So, all this documentary wants to say is that there are no rules in minimalism.
I agree. I
So,
agree.
each one can choose to live a minimalistic lifestyle, suiting his profession, suiting the way he wants to live his life, and really redefine his priorities. So, it all boils down to prioritizing. And that is all
Okay.
minimalism is about. So,
Okay.
yes, I would say simplicity, but yes, they're trying to give out a very, very strong message from the
I agree.
documentary.
I agree. The message is very clear in the documentary. It's very clear. Um, so, for somebody who, I don't know, just came across the term minimalism, really likes the concept but has never tried it, wants to get started, how, what would you recommend them? Where can they get started?
So, I think the first step, okay, is to start with why. Why do you want to do this? Just because it is interesting, it's a new concept, and you just wanna do a detox in your life because something's not right, or do you really believe in living with less? Okay, minimalism essentially just means living with less. Okay, so if you feel that living with less can really add value in your life, and there are things beyond clothes, beyond shoes, beyond those foreign travels, beyond this continuous notifications that we keep receiving. If you believe that there is a life beyond that, then minimalism is for you. Okay, this is what I feel. So the best place to start is to start with why. That become a minimalist? Is it because you are finding that there is a lot of clutter in your house, or you really believe that you don't want to run behind that modern definition of success? Okay, so finding a concrete why will help us to go long distance in this journey, is what I believe. Okay, so yes, that is the first step, which is actually a mental preparation that you do before you actually start decluttering. Okay, one major aspect of minimalism is actually decluttering the excess stuff out of the way. For example, okay, if I don't need this cable, what I do is I get rid of it and not hold on to this, thinking that in some non existent future I'm going to use this.
Agreed,
Okay,
agreed, agreed.
so just in case I might find use to this item, which is why I keep holding on to this, even though it's of no use to me. So similarly, there are hundreds of other things which are lying around our house. Okay, which we feel that हाँ कभी तो यूज कर लेंगे इसको, अभी तो काम नहीं है, but yeah, maybe sometime in the future we might need it. So a good idea is to really identify all these items which you are holding on to just in case you might need it, but you
Yeah, and the
actually
fun
don't
part is
need it.
most of these things, when you will need it just in case, you
Yeah,
can anyways buy it then.
absolutely, absolutely. And 99% you will never ever need it, you
I
know.
agree with you.
So identifying these kind of items and really telling yourself that it's lying here in my house unused, there might be somebody else who can find value from it, so might as well give it to that person. And when you say this thing to yourself, it becomes easier to declutter, you know.
Brings me to the second point, so yeah, getting rid of things that you don't need. What do you do with those things? Like, because I don't know. So I am in the process of packing. Once the lockdown is over, I may change my flat. So I
Okay.
may or may not. But I
uh,
have just decided to start packing. So yesterday I was
mhm.
going through a few things and came across a lot of books which are like half filled, half empty. Which, as you might
Notebooks
guess,
or
yeah,
diaries.
notebooks,
Mm-hmm.
and the big ones, the ones that we use in college. So, as you might guess, they were sitting with me because they are not full, so I might use them someday.
Uh-huh.
They have been sitting there for 4 years. I haven't used them yet, so
Right.
that I am giving away to, I don't know, maybe my maid, because or my watchman or something. Maybe their children can use it. Um, but what do you do with other things like clothes, old clothes which are worn out now? They are too worn out to be worn, and then I have this. This can be a very specific problem, but I have a lot of camera boxes, as you might guess, because I have a lot of cameras, and these Sony cameras, they come with chargers in the box, which
Mm-hmm.
are awfully slow chargers. You
Okay.
never you I have pretty much never used them. Like the first Sony camera that I bought, maybe I used that
Mm-hmm.
charger for
Mm-hmm.
some time, and then I realized my phone charger is faster. And every other charger, I didn't even take it out of the box. But the fun
Right.
part is, if tomorrow I want to sell those cameras, having the charger and all the lanyard
Mm-hmm.
and a zillion accessories in the box, which I will never use, but having those will
Mm-hmm.
get me a better resale value. So, what do I do in those cases?
Absolutely. Okay. So I will answer. There are a couple of questions in here, so I'll answer one by one. So, first of all, what are the options? Okay. For
Okay.
any particular XYZ thing that you want to declutter, whether it is books, clothes, accessories, shoes, any kind of utensils, books. Okay. So, there are at least four options. Okay. And tell me if you know more.
Okay.
The first option is definitely to donate. Okay, donation will give you that sense of happiness and satisfaction that okay, there was a piece of cloth which was lying unused in my house. Now somebody is actually going to wear it. Okay,
Makes sense.
and somebody who is underprivileged is going to wear it. Okay, so donation is like the primary solution to everything that you want to declutter, and donation at right places. Okay, because there are
Makes sense.
so many places options.
Makes sense.
That is first. Second could be sell. Okay, just the way you said that you want to sell out your old camera. Okay, similarly, if there is a person who has a lot of mobile phones, okay, so they can get a decent resale value of that or exchange it basically. Okay,
Makes sense.
so they can sell it or exchange it. These electronics, gadgets, these things can be sold or exchanged. Okay, the third, and in fact it can also be done for clothes. Okay, like for example you can rent out your clothes, the heavy clothes that you wear. Okay, like my wedding ghagra, I might just go and give it out on rent. Okay, and earn some money out of it, because there are some people who really
I
really
agree.
use this stuff. Flyrobe, okay, is a very good example of people renting out
I have no clue what
clothes.
that
So
is.
Flyrobe is actually a platform where these heavy garments are listed for renting.
Okay.
Okay. So if the other day, if you want to get married, Yash, you must check out Flyrobe because तुझे शेरवानी में पैसे खर्च नहीं करने पड़ेंगे. You know. So why spend so many bucks on buying when you can easily rent it out? That's the whole logic.
I
Okay.
agree. I agree. Especially that wedding dress. Most people only
Yeah.
wear it once in the whole lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, I bought my wedding dress, but I'm gonna use it. Okay, I am going to dismantle the different parts of it and use it. I have used other clothes and I am going to use it, but if you feel that you may not be able to use it, so you can rent it. Okay, so yes, selling, exchanging or renting it out is the second option. The third option, which we often hesitate to do, is actually give it to our friends or family members or ask from friends or family members. Okay, like um, it's a pair of jeans maybe. Okay, now you have grown out of it and you haven't even worn it as much, and you have a younger cousin. So while we were growing up, we all have done this. We have given our clothes to our siblings, our younger
I was the
cousins.
eldest cousin, so I haven't done it, but I know my
Yeah,
cousins.
I mean, you must have given it forward.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's what. So we have done it, right? But now we hesitate to do it because we feel that the people may not like it, etc., etc. But still, there are so many people out there who are happy to receive. Sorry, yeah, who are happy to receive such kind of stuff. Okay, so yes, sharing it with your friends and family members
I
is
actually
the
had
third
the
option.
opposite experience. I got a polo t-shirt for my dad. He only wears polo t-shirts.
Wow.
So, and that one was one size too small for him, and it was supposed to be a gift. So I guess I went home for Diwali or something. I took it. It was a size too small. By the time I came back and everything, the return period was over, so I couldn't return it and get the right size.
Uh-huh.
So I tried giving to a few friends. Okay, and I'll be honest, they're like, yeah, keep it there. And then it was just sitting there for what, a month or something. Uh, I don't know. It felt like they didn't exactly want it, just because I said they didn't want to disappoint me, so they were like, just keep it there. They
See,
never
it
wore it.
depends. Okay, it depends. I mean, it depends what values your colleagues and friends have. Okay, if they are of a similar value system where they feel that, why waste money? Okay, if they understand the meaning of resources, okay, if they understand the importance of these resources, time, energy, and money, okay, which is basically the base of minimalism.
Makes
So
sense.
if they understand this, they'll be more than happy to receive. Okay, but if they do not, so then obviously we are not here to force anybody. But yes, this is one of the options. Okay,
Makes
where
sense.
you can try it out. Where
Makes sense.
my friend, she would, she'll be more than happy to ask me that if I have a a specific lehenga if she wants to wear it for a
Mm-hmm.
friend's wedding. She'll ask me if I have a particular kind of top that she wants to wear for an occasion, and we
Makes
are
sense.
happy to exchange. Okay, we've done that many times in our group of friends. We keep doing it, so because we share a similar value system. Okay, so it
Mm-hmm.
all boils down to that. So that's the third option. The fourth option could be recycle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
recycling is a very very good option which is often ignored. Okay,
Makes sense.
so especially with gadgets and also with books. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and even with clothes. Okay, there are a lot of people now, a lot of startups which are coming up. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, I can't name anybody here, but yes, one of my friends, she's working on this, where
Mm-hmm.
she's going to be taking all the old clothes,
Mm-hmm.
refurbishing it, and putting it out for sale as a new garment. Okay.
Agreed.
So yes, if you can't find any suitable person who might find value, you
Mm.
can locate such kind of startups or start your own startup. This is a brilliant idea. You take
Yeah.
old clothes at throwaway prices and make a new garment out of it and just do it. And the last and the most important is your dustbin. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
just throw it
many
away.
yeah, many people are just holding on to these items because they can't find any of these alternatives suitable out of the first four. Okay, they are like कि हाँ मुझे देना तो है but कोई अच्छा person मिल नहीं रहा है. They are very picky. They are still very attached to that thing कि अच्छा ये मेरी चीज है, ये किसी अच्छे आदमी को जानी चाहिए. It should go to some really really nice place.
Mm-hmm.
So that should not be the reason that you're holding on to stuff. Give yourself 30 days. Okay, if you can't
Mm-hmm.
find an alternative, suitable alternative, your dustbin is the place. Your Raddiwala is the place. Okay, if it is books, as you
Mm-hmm.
said. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
think about it for the next 30 days. I would suggest, Yash, regarding your books. Okay. If you feel that you can tear out pages,
yeah.
bind it into a book and give it to, say, NGOs where
Mm-hmm.
students can utilize it,
Mm-hmm.
fair enough. If you want to take
No,
that
my
option,
plan is
take it.
very clear. My plan is very
Hmm.
clear. I'm giving it to my maid or my watchman because they have kids and those kids can
Great.
use it. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I considered the idea of tearing the pages, getting them binded, and making a book, but I
Mhm.
would never use the book. It's too big for
No, you can bind it and give it to them so that
to
for
an
them
NGO.
it's a new book. Okay, that's
Okay,
what we
okay,
did for
okay,
our maid. Okay,
okay.
I had a hell lot of notebooks and registers lying because yes,
Makes
after
sense.
our student life, we all have this kind of huge pile. Okay, so what we did was we tore the pages. We gave all the pages to her. Okay, and
Also, you bind it into a new book and you give it to her.
yup. Why not? We can do that. Okay. Or
Mm-hmm.
of course, see, if you don't want to do it, just give it straight away to them. The way the option that you are going to take up. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, that was the second discussion. Now coming to the third point, which is related to your accessories, the stuff that you asked me regarding your camera. Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
the
there are
accessories you get with phones with all the electronics.
yeah. So there are two things here. Okay.
Okay.
One is first of all questioning whether you need that gadget in the first place or not. Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So, say for example, my entire business runs on a mobile phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But do I need two mobile phones? One for my personal use and one for my professional. Do I need it? It's
Mm-hmm.
very easy for me to give a reason that yes, I need it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because privacy, etc. It's what I tell myself is that see, I already have a landline phone at home. If my friends and family members want to contact me, they can reach out to me
Makes sense.
anytime on
Makes
my
sense.
landline phone. So, why do I need to have another phone? If I don't want to work, I want to maintain my privacy, I can put my phone on a flight mode and still use it or keep it away. Nobody
Makes
is
sense.
going to
Makes sense.
look for me. Okay. And there won't be any emergencies. So that is the first thing that we need to ask ourselves when we are buying these kind of electronic stuff or gadgets.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
The second is that okay, now you've decided that okay, you want it. Okay, you need it. There is a need because of profession or because of any XYZ requirements of the industry that you are in. Okay, so now you ask yourself that okay, see, it's all about asking the right questions. Okay, so then you ask yourself, like just the way you said, that you might get a better resale value if you have that kind of charger or all the
Yeah.
accessories. So
Yeah.
it makes sense for you to keep it and not declutter. Okay, because you know that going forward in a few months time or in a couple of years time you want to upgrade, you will have to upgrade, and you are not going to use it and keep it for a lifetime. Okay,
I agree.
but that is not applicable for a phone. Okay, if
That is
if
true.
if you are not working on your phone, okay, if it's just to make a call and to do a text messaging, whatever. Okay, so you can exhaust the life of the phone and only then replace it.
Oh,
Okay,
ask my parents about it. They are great at it. You know, my
exactly.
mom had the OG iPhone, the one that
Uh-huh.
didn't record video. You know the one didn't
Oh
have
man.
3G. She had that till we forced her to buy an iPhone 7. And that thing, by the
Absolutely.
time it
See.
was a practical landline, bro. The battery life was like 3 minutes. You can't make
Oh
one
god.
phone call without connecting the charger.
Okay, now that is taking it to an extreme, I would say. But yes, I mean, see, your intention is not to get a resale out of your phone, okay? But for
Yeah.
your electronic bigger gadgets, you might want to have a resale value, like for your car, for example.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
For your camera, you want that. Okay, so for those kind of bigger things, you will want to keep those accessories because you know that you are going to do this in future. But for your phone, it doesn't make to keep all the extra, you know, accessories, that small accessories that come with it.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So again, it's all about your priorities. Okay,
yeah.
so I hope you get the point that only if you know you're 100% sure that you are going to resell, then you keep it.
Keep the box
Otherwise,
and the accessories.
yeah,
Just
and
throw
then
it
you
away.
must. Okay, and that suits your lifestyle. But I won't, because if I invest in a, first of all, I won't invest in a camera right now. Okay,
Makes sense.
but if
Makes sense.
I do, I will use it for a very long time. Okay,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
so yeah, but you are a filmmaker, so for you that is not applicable. Simple
Makes
as
sense.
that.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I was also wondering, like, since we brought up about the phones and electronics, do you know, on an average, like, people buy a new phone every, Android people buy it every 1.5 year, iPhone users buy it every 3 years. Do you think
Yep.
it's necessary to buy a new phone every 1.5 year or 3 year?
Okay, so again, I'll tell you. See, everything boils down to your priorities. Okay, and I would say that in most cases we try to justify our
Right.
priorities. Okay, we feel that okay, having that just one small feature is going to have. Okay, that is how we look at it, and that is how they make money. Okay,
True.
so
True
we
that,
have
true
to
that.
start respecting the items we own.
I
See,
agree. I agree.
we feel that materialistic attitude. Okay, there is a different perspective to it, that you must actually respect the materialistic items that you have.
I
Okay,
agree.
if you are using a gadget for just 1.5 year, you are not even utilizing it completely, and hence you are not respecting that gadget that served you.
True.
Okay, you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time and wasting your resources. Okay, so I believe that money, time, and energy are the three resources on which our entire life is based. Okay, these three are the only things that are our own. Okay, the money that we earn is our own, the time that we have on a daily basis is our own, the energy that our body produces is our own. Rest everything is a result of these things or a combination of money and time
I would
coming
actually
together.
remove money as well from the list, but okay.
So, see, why we are considering money is because, see, it's important for survival. Okay,
See, money
you
is,
have
I think, a byproduct of your efforts and your time that you're putting into something.
yeah. I am talking with respect to the things that you own. Okay, I'm talking with respect to the things that you own. Say,
Mm-hmm.
for example, you are having a phone with you. Okay,
Makes sense.
it's the result of the money that you spent, the time
Mm-hmm.
you spent on researching about it, and the energy you spent in actually going and buying it.
Or clicking
Okay.
on buy now on Amazon.
Yeah, or maybe just going down and researching and buying it. Okay.
That the government will arrest you if you go down and buy.
Not right
That's not
now.
happening these days.
Okay, not right now. Not right now. I'm talking about the normal scenario. Okay.
Hmm.
So, yes, everything you own, okay, let me put it this way, everything you own is the result of these three basic factors:
Makes
time that you
sense.
put in, the energy that your body puts in, and the money that you spend on getting these things. So, all these three things are limited, okay. In a
True.
month, you're going to earn only this much. In a month, you're going to have only this much time. In a
True.
month, your body is going to be able to put in so much of effort. That's it. Okay.
True. True.
Now it's upon you where you want to prioritize. Okay. You can spend your money in buying 15 clothes,
Hmm.
15 garments. Okay. 15 tuza, maybe 30,000 rupees you want to spend on that, or you want to take that 30,000 and spend it on doing a course which is
Makes sense.
upgrading your skills and wearing the same kind of tops every time. Okay.
Hmm.
The difference, you are taking it from one place and giving out to a better reason, better priority in your life. Okay. So it's not about saving money or being a miser. It's about really, really taking from one
Hmm.
aspect of your life and giving it to a
Giving it to
bigger
where it
aspect of.
matters.
Yeah, yeah. That is all minimalism is about. You
So
know.
that brings me to another question. You know, the whole fast fashion thing in not just fashion anymore, in pretty much all the industries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for every, I don't know, let's take an example of a pen. You could buy a Lamy and you can use that for a lifetime, or you could buy those 2 rupee, 5 rupee pens and lose them every other day, and I don't know, go through 30 in a month, 365 in a year. Same for clothes. Like you can buy something decent and wear it for 4 5 years,
From Hill Road in Bandra.
or you can buy something from, I don't know, one of those places, Hill Road, Bandra,
Yeah.
uh, outside CST, all these places for 100 rupees, and then I don't know, maybe wear it twice in the whole lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely has a huge environmental impact, because regardless if you buy a jeans from Levi's which costed you, I don't know, 5 6 thousand, but you're gonna wear it for
Mm-hmm.
5 6 years, or
Mm-hmm.
you buy something from outside CST, Hill Road, Bandra,
Mm-hmm.
etc., which was like 500 bucks, but
Mm-hmm.
you're only going to wear it for 3 months, 6 months, and then you're gonna buy a new one. The fact is, the I think the environmental impact is very similar. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
at many a times when you buy expensive, the cotton is sourced locally. The
Mm-hmm.
cotton, the farmers are treated better. They're given better wages. Sometimes, not
Mm-hmm.
always. There have been cases
Uh-huh.
of companies like Zara who just ran to the town with it and fucked everything up. Okay. Yeah. There have been cases of. I
Yeah.
think Zara and H&M. They both have had cases of there were clothes being manufactured in Bangladesh, in Dhaka, in a building which was, now don't quote me which company it was, but it was one of these big firms. Okay, big fast fashion companies, Forever 21, Zara, H&M. That's a lot of
Absolutely.
lawsuits. That's
That
a lot
is
of
that.
lawsuits there of this podcast. So one of these companies, the clothes were being manufactured in a factory which was really weak, and it was all
Mm-hmm.
broken. And the employees did a small protest saying that till you
Mm-hmm.
don't fix the factory, will not go in. So
Mm-hmm.
the employer there said, okay, then you guys are fired. And I don't know if you know how the clothing industry works in Dhaka, but if somebody gets fired, there's 20 people waiting to take that one job.
Of course, of course.
So
See,
they were
I'm
sent
I'm
inside to work, And
Uh-huh.
the I think the worst part is that afternoon, a few hours later, the building actually collapsed and all of them died.
Uh, yeah, that is the sad part of the entire consumerism driven industry, Yash. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not just about the clothes, it's all over the place, you know. The leather industry, how leather is sourced, the fur industry, okay, the fur coats that's very famous in the Western countries because it's colder there. India,
Makes
it's
sense.
not very famous because it's not as cold.
Makes sense.
How it is sourced, how it is manufactured. So there
Makes
are two
sense.
aspects to it. One is quality over quantity. Okay, I would
Mm-hmm.
100% believe in quality over quantity
Mm-hmm.
because it has a lesser environmental impact. That's point one.
Makes sense.
Second, I would say that when I'm buying a quality product, I can cherish wearing what I love wearing for a very, very long time.
I
Like
agree.
this,
I agree.
this for example, people who know me and if they
Mm-hmm.
watch this video, they'll notice that I wear this most often when I'm doing my webinars,
Okay.
when I am taking training sessions, okay? Because I
Okay.
love wearing this particular thing. It's so comfy and it's so
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. It's warm because I am in Sikkim and it's a little pleasant here. So I need something which keeps me warm.
Yeah, definitely
And
it's pleasant there. I can see that.
yeah,
In the
yeah.
meanwhile, it is sweating hot in Mumbai, just as always.
I understand. I understand. So I can keep wearing this beautiful piece of garment again and again and again and not get tired of it because I have
Mm-hmm.
really given a thought while I'm buying this, while I'm
Mm-hmm.
really picking up this piece. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy wearing this, and when I'm wearing this, the quality remains the same. Every time
Makes
I
sense.
wash it, it doesn't fade off. Okay.
Makes sense.
So every time I get the benefit of wearing it as it is. While if I am wearing something which is not of so good quality, the second time I wear it, I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. And
I
then
agree.
again, I get into the loop. Oh my God, I have to go to shopping. I don't have things to wear. I have to
Mm-hmm.
spend my money. Okay. So I want to break that cycle. I don't want to spend my time making these
Mm-hmm.
decisions every few days. That what
Makes
do I
sense.
need to wear? I need to go to shop. Okay, I need shopping. Okay, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to spend my time there because that's not my priority. My
I agree.
priority is wear whatever suits me, comfortable for me, looks good on me, and proceed further for a bigger purpose. Like for example, recording this podcast.
Makes sense.
I can either be shopping on Amazon or recording this podcast. I choose this, right?
True.
Because it adds value to me and to
I
many
agree.
other people. Same as uh, with everything else that we want to buy. So, quality over quantity. The second aspect, however, here is brand crazy. Okay. Zara में सेल
Mm-hmm.
लगी है, क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छी होती है, इसके लिए जाके खरीद रहे
Can
हैं.
I start with saying their quality has gone shit and I fucking hate
Forget
Zara,
Zara,
please?
कोई भी और ले लो,
I
चलो
was like,
forget
Zara, come
Zara.
sue me, dude. Your clothes are getting shit. Okay, let's. I used to have this shirt. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it was phenomenal. I got it back when I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, like towards the very later part of the school, I guess in 12th or something. I
Mm-hmm.
wore it all the way through my engineering, through I dropped out, I came to Mumbai, everything. I used to wear it till I guess good, I guess 1.5 years ago or something. It was phenomenal quality. And then on Jan 1st of 2018, okay, it's my birthday, Jan 1st, I bought a polo shirt from Zara. It was beautiful. I liked it. The fit was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Within 1 year, before 1st of Jan 2019,
Mm-hmm.
you know where the buttons are in a polo shirt, where the
Yeah.
stitching is,
Mm-hmm.
the clothes started ripping apart.
Oh
The
man.
stitch wasn't coming off, the
Uh-huh.
cloth was ripping from where the stitch was. And I was like, this is
Mm.
not even 1 year old. And well, Zara does cost a lot. Uh, though it was not a very expensive, but still, like,
But
that's the
we
quality I'm
forget. See,
expecting.
that's the point, Yash, that we forget that research. Okay, research has shown that so many of these different companies are sourcing their material from actually the same place. So
Yeah,
whether
that's
you're
true. That's true.
wearing Zara or you're wearing some other company, you don't even know that they're actually being manufactured on the same place. It's
Oh no,
just
by
the
the way, let's state
design.
this fact. Let's state this fact. Okay, I know a lot of people don't know this. I knew
Uh-huh.
this, but let's state this. So, be it an iPhone, be it a Samsung, be it a HTC, a Xiaomi, whatever, pretty much everything is manufactured in Foxconn factories in China. Okay, the same way, be it Zara, H&M, Forever 21, Forever 51, Forever whatever the
Mhm.
fuck, it's all being manufactured in similar factories in Dhaka. Okay, I think like people don't get it. Just the difference
Absolutely.
is why an iPhone lasts much longer is Apple has stronger quality control. Any
Hmm.
company that will have stronger quality control can make
Mm-hmm.
better products. Generally, Zara doesn't give a fuck. The same way Forever 21, H&M, these
Okay, I
companies.
think this podcast is turning out to be a rant about Zara.
Okay, let's not rant.
Yash, yeah.
No, I really
So,
used to love Zara. Okay, I really used to love
okay.
Zara. Like
Uh,
I told you, I had this shirt that
the
lasted
thing
six,
is,
seven
see,
years.
what is a misconception regarding minimalism also is
Hmm.
this कि चलो quality over quantity when we speak, that means go and buy branded clothes, okay, but
Hmm.
that's not what minimalism is about, okay.
Okay.
It is about really understanding the fabric that you're wearing, and once you like it, be consistent with it and not run behind brands, okay, because Zara, forget, I'm not talking about Zara. Some other big brand, okay. Let's talk about Levi's, okay. Levi's jeans, okay. So if they have 60% off, okay, quality over quantity, now 60% off. So good quality, I'll go and buy it. No,
Makes sense.
that's not how it is. Uh, but if Levi's is something that is comfortable to you
Makes
like
sense.
the
Makes sense.
fabric
Makes
and the
sense.
quality lasts long for you and your use, then you
Makes
buy
sense.
it. Okay. And not because there is an offer. Buy it at full price. Buy it
Yeah.
when you
Yeah. Yeah.
need it. Buy it when you need it.
Agree.
Because here's the thing, if there is 60% off on a
Mhm.
product, you are saving 60%. But by not buying, you are saving 100%.
True
Okay.
that. True that.
So the choice is yours. You want to save 60% or you want
Mhm.
to save 100%.
Or you
That's
can
the
be an
whole.
absolute miser like me. Okay. You know what do I do? Oh no, this is a fact. Okay. I find out the products that I wanna buy that I
Mm-hmm.
need. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like I know I wanted jeans. Okay. I wanted
Mm-hmm.
jeans for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I also know I'll buy a Levi's jeans. Okay. I know a very specific kind because they last forever.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll wait for getting a good discount on that specific kind of jeans. I'm such a miser. And
No,
when I
that's
get
not being
that,
a
I'll only
miser.
buy
I
that.
think that's being really, really mindful, okay, of where your limited resources are going. Okay.
I agree. I agree.
So here's the thing that we want to remove this taboo, okay,
Mm-hmm.
being called names like miser,
Mm-hmm.
conjuice, and really being very, very choosy, picky. No, we are not that. We are just trying to be mindful of the resources that we have and
Mm-hmm.
where we want to put them. Okay.
True, you have only so much money, right? And then
Yeah.
you need to save a lot for chicken biryani and ice creams. So you gotta
Okay.
buy things carefully, man.
All right. Okay. Yeah. And I'll just give you a couple of examples. Okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about just having a limited amount of money. Even the richest, just see how the way they dress. Okay.
But
This
if you're richer,
is
you
being.
need more ice cream, right?
Sorry.
If you're richer, you'll need more ice cream, right? So you need to save a bigger chunk for ice cream.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Let's see. Having limited money or more money is not the question. The
Mm-hmm.
question is really how many decisions you want to make in a day.
True
Okay.
that. True that.
Every morning, do you want to get up, open your closet, and ask, oh my God, what do I wear today?
I agree.
This, if you pick out a shirt, you don't know what a matching trouser is, where your matching trouser is. If you have luckily found a matching trouser, you can't find a matching sock, you can't find a matching shoe, you can't match
Very
accessories.
unrelatable. Very unrelatable.
Normal people, yes. Your listeners are normal people, right?
Hmm.
So you can't find this, or you can't match the accessories. These are daily life
Agree.
problems, okay, for those people who are going out and working in corporates, or
True.
who even have their own startup. Okay, they want to dress well, look good, and
Hmm.
really create an impression.
That
So
makes sense.
everyday struggles of a man as well as a woman, it's for both. Okay, now by the time I'm reaching my office or my workplace, I have already made 100 decisions. Okay, starting from which toothpaste to use, because there are variety of toothpaste in many households. Not in our case, but then many households have that. Different varieties of soap, different varieties of shampoo, what to make for breakfast, what to eat for lunch, which clothes to wear, which shoes to match, which accessories to match, okay, which playlist to listen to. So many decisions we are making. By the time we are reaching our workplace, we
Hmm.
are already mentally exhausted in a way. Okay.
True that.
And now, when the bigger decisions are to be made, our quality deteriorates because we are already fucked up in our head.
Yeah, we are so
Okay.
stressed. True.
Yeah,
True.
because I don't have anything to wear. Why is this not ready? Why is this not ironed? This doesn't go well. Blah, blah, blah.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So keep it simple, just the way Mark Zuckerberg does, just the way Steve Jobs did, okay, just the way two gentlemen in this documentary that we're discussing did,
Hmm. Hmm.
wearing
Hmm.
the same kinds of clothes. Because
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
not the clothes, the variety in the clothes, which are going to make them successful.
True that.
It's
True that.
the quality of their decisions and ideas in the work they do, which is going to make them successful.
Agreed.
So, yes, I am in the industry of personality development, which is why I thoroughly believe that it's important to make an impression,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it's important that you take your decisions wisely. You pick up five garments which are absolutely suitable to the work that you do. Keep that
Hmm.
standard, keep that going, and repeat it. Trust me, half of the people do not even notice it. More than half.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
So why spend so much of time doing that and really deteriorating the quality of the bigger things that matter? It's all about that.
Agreed. Agreed.
So, and I've given you examples. Mark Zuckerberg. Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like he can afford anything. He can afford to buy anything. But look at the way he dresses. Look at the way Steve
True.
Jobs used to dress. Okay. A plain, simple t-shirt, black. Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, gray. The people in this documentary, okay, Joshua and Ryan, dressing black in most of their videos, podcasts, documentary, everywhere. So I'm not saying pick a color and just stick to that,
Hmm.
but pick a type, okay, and stick to that, so that you're minimizing your decisions on a daily
Okay.
basis. Yeah.
So, cool. Cool. See, I think that works out for us because I don't know about you, but I was at least born and brought up with that kind of mindset and that culture. Like my parents, I've never seen my parents do things like, oh, what should I wear today to work? So that
Mm-hmm.
comes naturally too. But what about other people? What about how? Because it can be very difficult to block out these messages that these companies keep sending you. They'll be like, oh yeah, there's a 50%. There's for some reason. Have you ever noticed these big companies, these big clothing
Mm-hmm.
brands, or pretty much any brand in any field?
Mm-hmm.
They have a discount going on round the year.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I live very close to a mall in Orbit Mall. Okay, it's like a
Mm-hmm.
5 minute walking distance. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I go to buy my groceries and stuff. They have a supermarket
Mm-hmm.
in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I go to the mall, there every store has a something off board outside. It will sometimes it
Mm-hmm.
will be rise of the season, fall of the season, summer sale, winter. It's
अभी आने वाला
Mumbai,
है एक
dude. It's
लॉकडाउन
Mumbai. Okay,
ओपन
let's
सेल.
dude. It's called there's this thing called winter sale, winter collection. What are you gonna do with a winter collection in Mumbai? It never gets below 16 degrees Celsius. What is a winter? How? There's only two reasons. There are two seasons in Mumbai, okay? Monsoon and the absence of monsoon, which is really blithering hot. Why are there four different seasons in fashion? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, and the thing is, it can be very difficult for people to ignore those messages and not get carried away by it. So
Mm-hmm.
where can these kind of people start? Because
Okay.
it's a trap. It's a slippery slope. I'll tell you, I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast last night, the newest one he did with Elon Musk. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know if you know this, but after Elon Musk's child was born, the one with sci-fi
Mm-hmm.
name, um,
Mm-hmm.
he has decided to give up a lot of things
Yep.
and embrace more minimal. He's not becoming a fakir or anything. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he's still gonna own a big
But
house
his
and everything.
designs are quite minimalistic. Okay.
He is a very
Tesla's
minimalistic
car,
person.
Tesla's car design. Okay. If you
Hmm.
see the internal, it's
Yeah,
quite minimalistic. Okay.
very, very.
iPhone. These minimalistic designs also are really, really famous. iPhone. It became famous because of that. Tesla is famous for that. Okay. So
Agreed.
I get it. I get what
So
you're trying to
the
say.
fun thing he said. So he's gonna give
Mm-hmm.
up a lot of houses and stuff, and he's gonna give
Mm-hmm.
up one of the house that they were talking in the podcast,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like, have you ever? So the guy asks, have you ever lived there? And he's like, not really. When you get a new house, there's the honeymoon phase, the charm of you. So we lived there for some time, and then
Mm-hmm.
mostly I have my guests crash over there or something, some
Uh-huh.
parties, but we don't really exactly live there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, how did you end up buying that house? And the story is so first world yet relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Says they had a house next door. Okay. And Elon Musk, as you might know, is a very famous person. People have a lot
Yep.
of interest in him, his personal life, and then he's been married to actresses and women who have their own stature, who have their own importance in this world, are also just as famous, if anything. So that doesn't help. So people have prying eyes and people want to know what's happening in the house. So he had this weird cases where people were getting on the walls and trying to peep in what's happening. People were trying to sneak in. He had to get a
Mm-hmm.
lot of security systems. People would find ways to trick them. People were just not respecting his privacy. So his idea
Uh-huh.
was, what if I buy the house next door as well? What are they gonna do then? Like, what kind of house? How will they climb on the wall then? On that house and this house, and just
Yeah.
to get some more privacy, he bought a huge
Mm-hmm.
mansion next door.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be a slippery slope. Like, imagine Elon Musk, the guy, Elon Musk himself can fall into this trap of, I'll just buy this house so that I get some more privacy. And now, after so many years, he's realizing it's not exactly needed. I can do without it.
So millions of dollars are being spent, to manipulate
Hmm.
how we think.
I
Yes,
agree. I
that
agree.
is the thing, and that is how
That is
the
advertisement.
entire that is how the entire industry of consumerism is running. Okay, Elon Musk is like a very very rich person. So let's not talk about him. Let's talk about people you and I know,
See, it's not
people
very
who are
unrelatable. That's the
list.
fun part. He bought $1 million mansion. Okay.
Hmm.
But you and me have also done these kind of things because we're just
That's what I'm
frustrated
saying.
of.
Let's talk about our
Mhm.
friends, our family. Okay, we have
Yeah.
examples all around people doing this. I'll tell you about a conversation I was having with a
Mhm.
friend of mine. She
Mhm.
said one day, okay, that she was actually buying. She went online
Okay.
shopping, okay,
Okay.
to buy two piece of garments. Okay,
Okay.
she ended up buying 12
What?
because she ended up buying 12 because she could not decide which one to take and which one to leave. Okay, so millions of dollars are being spent on this fueling this mentality. Okay,
Makes sense.
so there are a few hacks that we can use, that we slip less. We might
Okay.
slip, we might
Okay.
still slip, because minimalism is a journey. Okay,
Makes sense.
but in order to slip less, there are a few hacks that I would like to share.
Mhm.
So you can start first by understanding what is there in your proximity. Okay.
Okay.
The first step is probably your phone, which is like easiest thing in your proximity, in your fingertips. Okay. So I am a person who is a strong advocate of offline shopping and not online shopping. Okay. Offline shopping is what I advocate. Okay. That online shopping, when things are available at your fingertip, you might do it for passing your time and not out of necessity. Okay. And sometimes procrastination and laziness comes into play and really saves you of the clutter, which is why I believe in actually going out to the store, scanning through it, making a list what all are the things that you need, buy that and only come back with only that much of stuff.
I actually
Okay.
like to do the other way around for the same reason. I feel like when I'm in a store, I
Mhm.
see something and there's more tendency that I'll just put it in the cart. I'll just buy it. Whereas when I'm on, let's say, Amazon or any of the
That's why
online
there is the
websites.
list thing. That's why there's a list thing. Okay. And research has shown, Yash, that offline shopping is much better when it comes to saving yourself from the clutter as compared to online. Okay.
Okay.
So you just go with that list and you buy only those things which are appearing on the list. And if you feel that, oh, you need this thing and you have missed it out, you note it on your mobile phone, but do not buy it.
Okay.
See, it is all about um, following the list when you are on a offline shopping. Okay, so that is one hack because जब phone पे है, it's very very easy. Put things in cart, put things in cart, and then one fine day just press checkout, pay, and it's delivered. Okay, so that is one hack. Second hack is to actually understand and see this works. Okay, for those people who slip, if you don't slip, fine, but if you are somebody who slips a lot, make an intention to not buy during the sale time and not even visit a mall during sale time. I never visit a
Or
mall
then you
during sale.
can't visit a mall period. Like that's sales like around here, around the
नहीं
thing.
नहीं वैसा वाला नहीं like now you know, okay, now you know that as soon as the lockdown is going to get over, shops will be flooded with stock clearance sales. Okay,
Yeah,
but now this lockdown phase has been a blessing in disguise. People have realized how less they need and
I
how
agree.
much they
I agree.
already have. Okay,
Yeah, like what about
so
that blazer that you just bought? Like, good luck wearing it. The truth is,
absolutely.
the truth is, I feel unless and until you have a very specific kind of job, you don't really need blazers.
Like I need it.
Yeah, because you
So
are a trainer, makes sense.
yeah,
But like, I don't own a blazer. I don't see a reason why I would ever own a blazer unless and until like there's a
absolutely.
dramatic shift in my profession.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, see, so that's what I'm saying. See, one thing is to really, really remove all these applications from your mobile phone, I would say. Second is
Yeah, the 20
also
million stupid shopping apps that you will
absolutely
never, you don't need, nobody needs.
so many of them. So every single day, I think a new app is introduced in the market related to e-commerce shopping, and we all get excited to just install it and use it right away. That is the first thing that we must avoid. Second, when you're going for these offline shoppings to these malls, I have stopped using that gift, the card, the points wala card. Okay,
Okay.
I have stopped doing that because again, what is that? That's a trick business. Okay, do you think these companies are mad that they are giving away free stuff to us? No,
Not really.
obviously not.
Not really.
Right, absolutely not. Okay, so I recommend that you stop going for these membership cards. Okay, which add on to those points
Yeah.
every time you purchase a new thing. Okay, so highly recommended that you stop. There are a couple of reasons why. One is because we are conditioned to utilize that coupon, to utilize that offer, to utilize that point, to utilize and exhaust that membership,
Agree.
and really buy the stuff that we don't need. Okay, you know that you are at 4,800 points. If you buy 2,000, you'll get 200 points more and you'll get that free stuff. That is how they trick your mind. Okay, so best is
I actually
to
recommend get it at the places that really make sense for you. For example, I think
mm-hmm,
I only have two memberships. Maybe I have more, but I never use them. I don't remember.
mm-hmm,
The only two I
mm-hmm,
remember is Starbucks and Hypercity.
mm-hmm.
Hypercity is the departmental store, is the supermarket from where I buy
Yeah, yeah,
practically everything.
uh-huh,
So those points make sense because it's like
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
from there
absolutely.
anyway. And
Absolutely.
same for Starbucks. I love their coffee. From
Absolutely.
that's from where I buy the coffee beans.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you're buying, like, you won't believe it. I haven't paid, sorry, for the coffee of Starbucks, like for a cup of coffee, in at least past 1 year, because since past 1 year I've started buying their coffee beans.
Oh,
So
okay.
in that case, it makes sense because I'm gonna buy beans from
Yeah,
Starbucks anyways.
absolutely, absolutely. What you're saying is right.
So if you
So,
have a membership, I think the takeaway is, if you have a membership, make
mhm,
sure the membership is not the reason why you buy. That membership
absolutely,
shouldn't be the deciding factor. It should be the
absolutely,
other way around. It should be, okay, I love the
absolutely,
product, I'm gonna buy it anyways. So okay, this is some added benefits.
absolutely, absolutely. So, yes, that is another hack. And of course, these coupons and other things also follow. Okay, so that's again another hack that we can
I don't know,
use to.
maybe
Mhm.
the malls and the stores in Mumbai are really stupid because every time they give you a coupon, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up in my head. Okay, maybe I'm not the target audience. Maybe they are really stupid. It's just,
What do you
it's gonna
mean?
be like, it's, have you seen these coupons? They're gonna be like, you get 500 rupee off if you make a purchase of 10,000. I'm like, that's pocket change. That's pocket change. If I'm buying 10,000 rupees, 500 is pocket change.
No, absolutely. See, and buy three, get five. Okay. Uh,
What
uh,
am I gonna do
there are
with
offers
five?
like that. Exactly. And we don't realize that even after we have bought this particular thing, say for example, you have bought it for 500 rupees. Okay. After bringing it to your house, there is still an ongoing cost to it to maintain that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, true that. True that.
So we often tend to forget that the recurring cost, because they are very negligible if you consider them individually. Monetary wise, they are very negligible. The amount of washing powder you spend on that, the amount of time your
Okay,
maid
here's the fun part.
spends doing that thing for you, the amount of time that you spend, which you could have spent for your work. Okay.
True, true.
And earn something, but you are instead spending on maintaining this clutter of yours. So you are actually still losing out money when you bring that stuff. So it's not just the 500 rupees that you're paying while purchasing it. It is also adding up to the cost of money, to the cost of time, energy, even after bringing it to your house, which is what we must realize.
So I read this book called, if I'm not wrong, I think it's called Reuse, Reduce,
Okay.
Recycle. It's again same about minimalism, about reusing
Uh-huh.
old products, about not giving into the capitalist nature of
Yeah.
the world. So this lady, the author, I don't remember the name. She says, a lot of this times when you get these buy two get five, or just this thing just for 500 rupees, so these kind of discounts, it's also not to move a lot of the
Of
old
course, it
inventory,
is.
a
And
lot of the
defected
old stock.
material.
So as soon as they release,
Yeah.
yeah. So as soon as they launch like a new
Uh-huh.
design, okay, even if it's not defective, they'll start giving away the
Yeah.
old one. So a lot of people buy it, and then the next time, a week later, when you go into the shop, they can be like, "Ah, yeah, see, this is old design. Everyone has it. This is the new one.
Absolutely,
Buy this now."
absolutely. No, what you're saying is right. That's what I said. That millions of dollars are being spent. Okay, so it all boils down to how strong your muscle is with respect to simple living, with respect to minimalism. It's not going to be like one day you get up and you have achieved the minimalism, because it's not nirvana that you are going to achieve it. It's a
True that.
journey.
True that.
It's a journey, and every day you are taking a step forward to a life that you desire, you actually desire. Okay.
Give me a few names in
Uh-huh.
different fields, different companies that make different things, which tend to last longer than the counterparts, are usually better and are a good
Okay.
choice.
So, in terms of shoes, I love the quality that Metro gives. Okay. I love
Okay.
that. It's not quite expensive also, and every few months they have decent designs. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, I enjoy wearing that. That's one. Second, I really like. I don't wear a lot of makeup, but the only product that I use is L'Oreal with my, what is it called? Yeah, with my
Eyes,
eyes, not
yeah, eyeliner.
eyeliner, kajal. Okay, kohl. So
Okay,
I believe their product is really nice. And if I am going to put something near my eyes, it has to be of the highest quality. It can't be the normal
makes
choti
sense.
dibbi
Makes
wala
sense.
kajal. Kajal to kajal hota hai, kuch bhi laga lo. No. So I'm gonna be really
Okay.
mindful of that. So I enjoy that. Second, I would also recommend L'Oreal as a shampoo, the hair spa
Okay.
shampoo, I would say, because again, I love my hair because I don't put any kind of artificial material on my face, not that much, just a kajal and a lip balm. That's it. So I like to
All
maintain
right.
my hair. So I won't use a cheap product of the same company. Instead, my shampoo costs 600 rupees, but it's really worth it. Okay. It gives me
Okay.
that quality, it gives me that softness. So I would say, even if you're preferring a brand, try out two, three different alternatives, see what works best for you, what works best for your hair, and use that and stick to that, and not keep
Makes
changing
sense.
every time there is a new launch. I would say apps, okay, because yes, every new app is not of that high standard
But then,
quality, I would say.
okay,
Ki,
okay,
I mean,
okay.
now there are so many different video conferencing apps, okay, but I still prefer Zoom. Why? Because it's
I think that becomes very subjective because at the end it comes down to what does the people on the other end have. It's like if I wanna get on a call with you, like we did FaceTime because we both have iPhones. What if the person on the other end
see,
didn't
it's
have
all
have an
about
iPhone? Then we have to
see,
go for.
it's about first you need to think about yourself. That's what we do, okay. If you believe that Zoom is a very good application and you are finding it easy to use, and you start promoting it to your audience will start having that. Okay. That is one side, because we are trainers and we use these platforms. Okay. So I am
True
talking
that.
from a point of view of a personal use. Okay. Like, for example, text
Makes sense.
messaging. Now I have Telegram, I have WhatsApp, I have Hike, I have Facebook Messenger, I have what other apps, Line, and I don't know, so many other applications. Okay. Yeah,
You have a lot of
exactly.
apps, man.
So
You have a lot of apps.
just because they are giving a coupon in the beginning, but the app is very shitty, I will not use it just for the coupon sake, is what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't be on Twitter just because everybody else is. I don't enjoy that platform. So
Makes
for
sense.
my personal use, I am on Instagram, Facebook, I am on WhatsApp. That serves me, my purpose, my thirst for information and connection. Okay. So every new application may not be of good quality for your life. So I prefer having such apps which have your mentors on it. Okay. If your mentor
Makes sense.
from filmmaking industry is very active on Twitter, sharing information about filmmaking, it makes all the sense for you to be on Twitter and not Instagram,
To be there.
right?
True
So
that.
it's
True
about
that.
choosing quality in that way, even on digital platforms,
Makes sense.
right? If
Makes sense.
iPhone, okay, now a lot of people will ask, why do you use iPhone? Well, because it has Keynote, well, because it has FaceTime, which has such good quality. It has iMessage. I love.
It's built like a tank. Let's start with that also. Like I have dropped my iPhone a zillion times. All four corners are chipped. It's a 2016
Okay.
iPhone, by the way. We are recording this in
Mm,
2020.
yep.
I bet you bring me an Android phone that you bought in 2016 and it's still working.
Absolutely right. So I am 100% advocate of Apple products, not because they are status symbols or anything. It's because they really innovate their products. They have the quality.
But then I also really recommend that you do your own research. Maybe I don't know. You're an Android developer. Buying an iPhone is not gonna
Yeah,
help
of
at
course.
all.
I mean, you asked
Okay,
me
like
my
get your
choices, right? So that's what I'm telling you, that
yeah
I
yeah
prefer that Apple products are better than uh, these Android products, even for safety reasons.
true
The
that
Blue Whale app,
true that.
I mean, it found its
Oh yeah,
way
that
in the
that
Play Store and not the App Store because Apple has these security features even for its App Store. Okay.
like they have like people who manually like humans sit and review
Yeah,
each app
absolutely.
on the
I
App Store.
know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I prefer this. So
No, but that's not how it works in Google. Google be like AI. AI is going to review things for you.
that's what. That's what. So I would suggest.
AI is not taking
See,
over
I would
like
just
this.
suggest that for me, the quality products are Apple, L'Oreal, good brand. For the
True
basic
that.
makeup and the conditioning that I have to do, self care products, and yeah, rest are very very individual centric. So yeah, I
Okay. Anything in
anything in
clothing?
clothing. I haven't bought any branded clothes in a long time. So I actually
Okay.
like Deal. Okay, Deal jeans. I like that.
Never
Yeah,
heard of them.
it's there in a couple of places. It's not very very famous, but it's not very absent also. I have liked their quality,
Okay.
and Cross is something that I like in jeans. Yeah, I would say Deal and Cross. Not Levi's, not
Cool,
Pepe,
cool, cool.
nothing. It's different because I enjoy their
Hmm.
fitting. I like
Cool.
their uh, brand and I like their quality. It lasts for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Quickly for me, I think where did we start? You
Shoes.
started with shoes. Nike. Nike
Oh
all
yeah,
day, every
Reebok.
day.
Reebok.
Please,
Oh yeah,
Nike.
I love Reebok in terms of sports shoes. So yeah, Nike, Reebok.
Okay. So Nike has this great thing. They have some shoes which are the designs are
Uh-huh.
very old. I have this white. They call it uh, coat co- coat something
Uh-huh.
something design. It's basically the same that was worn by the guy in Back to the Future like 20
Okay.
years ago. It's the
Okay.
same design. The design I have heard goes all the way back to mid 80s actually. So yeah, it's a classic design, looks good. Nike has a lot of those kind of classic designs. They sometimes do really crazy things like those auto lacing shoe laces. Like these are
I have
shoes you wear,
seen
then they
people
automatically
getting
tie
it,
up the laces.
getting shoes customized, having their name written on it. Okay.
Yeah, you wanna go baller, please, Nike is the company that will make you look like a baller. Okay, there are shoes they make which are
I'm
customized and
like,
everything, but if you are someone like
huh,
you and me, you want a good casual
yeah.
pair of shoes, okay, they are good. You want a great pair of running shoes in a budget, they are good. um, what is the next thing we went for? We went for makeup. I have no clue
Shampoo,
about makeup.
hair
Okay,
care, self care.
shampoo.
Basically, self
I
care.
I have some kind of Garnier shampoo. I don't shampoo a lot. I have been living the no poo life, which is you basically use
Uh-huh.
water and sometimes vinegar to wash your hair
Wow.
because it's just better for your scalp
Okay.
that way. So I shampoo like only when I get a haircut. So I have no clue what shampoo I'm using. Um, Hey, there's a company called the Bombay Shaving Company, based right out of Bombay, as the name would suggest. They have really good soap. They are mainly men's
Oh,
grooming
okay.
company. So they have soap, they have body wash, face wash, they have some kind of
Mm-hmm.
shaving kits, etc. I use their pre-shave face scrub and I use their
Uh-huh.
soaps. The best thing is, though it's a scrub, it has zero
Okay.
microplastic. It's made locally, hence the global impact. Sorry, the carbon impact
Okay.
is not that high. No microplastics, and they are generally made up of fruits and fruit seeds. Very good for your skin
Nice.
as well. Um, yeah, iPhones Max for electronic. Apple is. I am an Apple sheep. If you haven't got it yet, like I'm shooting this on an iPhone. I'm gonna
Me
edit it on a
too.
MacBook. I am an
And
Apple sheep.
I
Okay.
have a MacBook running right in front of me. So yeah, me too.
The new one, the new
Pro.
MacBook Pro, the
Oh
rich
yeah.
kids. Achal
It's
is a rich
like
person. I'm
when we
telling you
wanted
guys.
to buy it, this was available in the market. We loved it. We bought it. Now my husband and I, we both use the same laptop. For two people, we have
Okay.
single laptop, and we manage it. For the last 6 months, we've been considering buying a new laptop, but we are postponing our purchase to still try and figure out for how as long as we can, because impulse buying is one of the biggest sources of clutter in today's time.
That's
So
true. That's true.
yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give a
I
real
have to
thought.
think 10 times and plan for a year before buying a MacBook. How can you impulse buy a
No,
MacBook?
not just a
How rich
MacBook.
are you,
It's for
Achal
any and
Jhunjhunwala?
everything. It's for anything and everything.
That was part 1 of 2 on minimalism on lessons from the screen with our guest Achal Jhunjhunwala. I hope you really liked it. Please leave a rating because that helps us. That helps us to get out to more people. And also, some of you are listening but you aren't subscribed. What the hell, man? Just subscribe already. And also, some of you are just phenomenal because you have subscribed but you haven't told other people that this is the best podcast in the world. Okay, that might be a stretch, but you still need to tell people about this podcast. So please do that. And let me know in the email yashatishay@hotmail.com, YASHATISHAY@hotmail.com, that which movie do you want me to talk about next? Who is your favorite director? And what movie, TV show, or game should we talk about next? Until then, guys, take care.